Are we on the brink of a catastrophic disaster? Is Yellowstone volcano on the verge of erupting? Within just one day, NASA was able to identify a 100-foot-wide fissure crack that had recently opened up in the middle of the park. Is this the first step toward Yellowstone National Park's demise? Let's talk about what this information could signify for the future of one of the most dangerous supervolcanoes on the planet. Keep up with the news to find out. The majority of Yellowstone National Park may be found in the U.S. state of Wyoming, whereas portions of the park can also be found in the neighboring states of Montana and Idaho. Yellowstone was officially established as the first national park on March 1, 1872, making it possible for visitors from all over the world to experience the park's extraordinary geological and geothermal features. Within Yellowstone National Park's 2.2 million acres, visitors have an unrivaled opportunity to watch wildlife in an unspoiled ecosystem, investigate geothermal sites that are home to approximately half of the world's active geysers, and it continues to this day to be a popular destination for people who enjoy spending time outdoors and appreciating nature from all over the world. Yellowstone National Park is famous across the world for its spectacular vistas, which are unlike any other in the world, as well as its unique animals and geothermal elements. Yellowstone National Park is home to a staggering number of animal species, some of the most well-known of which include the American bison, elk, moose, wolves, and grizzly bears. These animals can be seen by visitors when they are driving through the park or while they are trekking on one of the numerous trails that weave through the park's woodlands and meadows. Hot springs, geysers, and mud pots are just some of the geothermal phenomena that can be found in this park, which boasts the highest concentration of its kind in the entire globe. There are approximately 10,000 geothermal features in Yellowstone National Park, and one of the most well-known of these is the Old Faithful Geyser. Geothermal features are a key reason why people come to Yellowstone. These characteristics are the results of the park's location on top of a vast volcanic hotspot, which heats water and creates steam that is emitted from vents in the Earth's crust. The location of the park is what causes these features. The steam is what causes the geysers, which shoot water into the air at great heights, while the hot water is what gives the hot springs their vibrant colors. The sceneries of Yellowstone are truly breathtaking, consisting of a variety of mountain ranges, woods, rivers, and valleys that have plenty to offer visitors of all ages and interests. The Yellowstone caldera is a large volcanic crater that is approximately 45 miles across and is considered to be the park's most famous feature. In addition, the park is home to the Yellowstone River, which may be followed as it weaves its way through the park and provides breathtaking views of the area's canyons and waterfalls. Visitors have the opportunity to enjoy the park's many natural treasures while also hiking, camping, and fishing. The Yellowstone Canyon, which can be found in Yellowstone National Park, is often considered to be among the most beautiful and well-known canyons in the world. The Yellowstone River, which has been running for millions of years, has been responsible for the formation of the canyon, which is a natural wonder. About 20 miles long, up to 4,000 feet broad, and up to 1,200 feet deep, the Yellowstone Canyon is one of the world's deepest canyons. It is located in the northeastern section of the park and may be reached through a number of the park's vantage sites and hiking paths. One of the most well-known of them is the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone, which is characterized by vibrantly colored walls, a depth of roughly 1,200 feet, and a length of approximately 20 miles. The canyon is well known for its remarkable hues, which range from vivid yellows to deep oranges and reds, as well as its impressive waterfalls, notably the 308-foot-tall Lower Falls and the 109-foot-tall Upper Falls. The canyon was named after the canyon's namesake, the Grand Canyon in Arizona. The Yellowstone River wore away at the area's sedimentary layers and softer rock over the course of millions of years, which resulted in the formation of the canyon. The walls of the canyon are composed of volcanic rock such as rhyolite and basalt, which were developed as a result of the volcanic activity that occurred within the park. The presence of iron compounds in the rock is what gives the canyon walls their vivid colors. These compounds can be found in the rock. Visitors visiting Yellowstone Canyon have access to a variety of hiking routes and vantage locations from which they can take in the canyon's breathtaking scenery. Artist Point, Lookout Point, and Inspiration Point are three of the most well-known vantage spots on the island. The following locations inside Yellowstone National Park are among its most visited. Old Faithful is well known for erupting at predetermined intervals and is widely considered to be one of the most recognizable geysers in the park. The geyser is capable of shooting water up to a height of approximately 60 meters. The Grand Prismatic Spring is the largest and one of the most colorful hot springs in the U.S. It is located in Grand Teton National Park. The spring is well known for its colorful rings that resemble rainbows that form around the borders of the water. Yellowstone Lake is the largest body of water in the park and is a favorite destination for people looking to go boating, fishing, or both. The Lamar Valley is well known for the abundance of wildlife that can be found there, including herds of bison, elk, and wolves. The Mammoth Hot Springs is comprised of a number of hot spring terraces that have developed over the course of many thousands of years. Visitors are able to get up, and personal with the fascinating formations by walking along boardwalks. It has been discovered that the Yellowstone supervolcano is home to a magma river or fountain that runs beneath the ocean floor. In spite of concerns that this could result in a significant eruption in the not-too-distant future, experts agree that it is not anticipated to explode anytime in the near future. Scientists Peter Nelson and Stephen Grand believe the magma might reach as far as Mexico, as stated in a research paper that was published in Nature this week. According to the abstract of the study, the researchers identify a single narrow, cylindrically shaped slow anomaly, which has an approximate diameter of 350 kilometers and is interpreted by the researchers as being a whole mantle plume. Using the travel times of core waves recorded by the dense seismic network, the scientists remarked that an estimate of the length of the plume was created. According to the experts, it is not yet known whether or not the plume is capable of causing magma to rise in a vertical stream. They also made the observation that the Yellowstone hotspot itself, which is the location of the well-known bubbling springs, is a topic of discussion as well. The researchers further suggest that they have established the plume's existence because the structure gradually decreases in strength as it nears the surface and might have temperatures near the mantle of at least 650 degrees Celsius, possibly exceeding 850 degrees Celsius. In addition, the researchers state that they have demonstrated the existence of the plume because the structure gradually decreases in strength as it nears the surface. According to what the researchers noted, their findings strongly support a deep origin for the Yellowstone hotspot and provide evidence for the existence of thin thermal mantle plumes that are currently beyond the resolution of global tomography models. It has come to people's attention in recent times, most notably in the past week when Yellowstone was hit by a total of 4 minor tremors, that the supervolcano may erupt much more rapidly than was originally believed. Any speculation to the effect that it might eradicate life as we know it is, however, wholly unfounded. Researchers Hannah Shamloo and Christy Till studied minerals found in fossilized ash from the most recent eruption, which occurred in the summer of 2017. Their findings were published in National Geographic. They were somewhat aback by what they found, which was that the shifts in temperature and composition occurred only a few decades, which is significantly quicker than the centuries that had been previously anticipated. In spite of the sensationalist assertions that have been made in the media, it is not anticipated that the supervolcano will erupt in the near future, and even if it did, the results would not be disastrous. According to statements made by Till to Fox News in October 2017, there's no reason to think it could impact mass transportation the way the Iceland eruption did, and it would not have any effect on crops. There is not a shred of evidence to claim that it could wipe out humanity. Till also mentioned that the supervolcano had its most recent significant eruption approximately 630,000 years ago. According to a paper published by ZME Science, the previous large eruption occurred 1.3 million years prior to that one. The most recent eruption on record took about 70,000 years ago, and it was a far lesser event. According to the findings of new research that was published on Thursday in the journal Science, one of the magma reservoirs located beneath the Yellowstone caldera, which is a massive crater and supervolcano, contains more liquid and molten rock than scientists had previously anticipated. Researchers are able to evaluate a volcano's potential eruption risk based on the volume of rock that has melted beneath its summit. In spite of the fact that there may be more magma in the liquid from beneath Yellowstone than scientists originally thought, it is extremely improbable that the giant would erupt in the near future. Magma is made up of rocks and crystals that are in varied phases of their solidification. The more molten or liquid the magma is, the higher the probability that a volcano would erupt. One enormous reservoir of magma can be found approximately 3 to 10 miles below the surface of the Yellowstone caldera, and the other can be found approximately 12 to 30 miles below the surface of the land. According to a study done in the past, geologists believe that the shallower reservoir was essentially solid, with only 5 to 15% of the rock melted. They believe that proportion is actually between 16 and 20% now. However, as a result of utilizing sophisticated supercomputers to reevaluate historical seismic data from the previous 20 years. That is still a significant distance below the threshold of liquid magma, which experts think to be between 35 and 50% and will cause an eruption if it is reached. Carrie Cooper, an Earth and planetary scientist at the University of California, Davis, who was not involved in the study, told James Deneen of New Scientist that the new findings do not change the volcano's risk level, but they do represent a big improvement in our ability to understand what's beneath Yellowstone. While the new findings do not change the volcano's risk level, they do represent a big improvement in our ability to understand what's beneath Yellowstone. The amount of magma that is liquid on Earth has not increased. Instead, scientists claim that they now have a more precise knowledge of what has always been there. According to Michael Poland, a research geophysicist and the scientist in charge of the United States Geological Survey's Yellowstone Volcano Observatory, who was not involved in the study, "It's a bit like getting a new lens on an old camera," said Robin George Andrews of the New York Times. "It's a bit like getting a new lens on an old camera. You're still using the same camera, but the resolution is much better today. You have a sharper perception of things." The Yellowstone supervolcano, which can be found in Yellowstone National Park in the far northwest corner of Wyoming, is considered to be one of the largest volcanoes in the world. During the previous 2.1 million years, it has seen many eruptions, including 3 huge eruptions that covered the surrounding area in ash. These eruptions occurred in different eras. In order for seismic waves, which are generated by earthquakes, to reach seismometers located on the surface of the Earth, they have to travel through multiple layers of the Earth's interior. The waves are slowed down when they reach the molten rock, which enables researchers to use the amount of time it takes for the waves to reach the seismometers as a proxy for the quantity of magma that exists below the surface. In previous studies, it was thought that seismic waves travel in a straight line from the epicenter of the earthquake to the seismometer, but the reality of their trip is much more complex than that description suggests. Study co-author Ross McGuire, a seismologist at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, told New Scientist that this time around, supercomputers modeled the seismic waves in 3 dimensions, which offered scientists a more complete view of the crystal mush that lies underneath Yellowstone. That's all for the video today. We will be right back with more such videos. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.